Garbage, hot rope, catch a vibe, catch a foot when I drive. Big pressure, I'm fine. In the ring, you won't survive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive.
That's a clean.
Yo, welcome back to the MVP's Lounge, my niggas. Whew.
No, that's
I'm joined.
That's a bit much. You gotta relax a little bit, just a little bit.
That was a bit too much. My bad. I ain't mean to pull up like that. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We're gonna review Forbidden Door for y'all. I did not see the pre-show except for 3 matches: Mariah May's match, Lucha Bros match, and the Fatal 4-Way Tag match. Mariah May beat Saraya, so she is advancing in the Owen Hart tournament. Shouts out to her. You know, we already got our feelings about that. I'm pretty sure she's gonna win the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the story we're telling here. And then Lucha Bros and Mystico won their match in the trios match, and Aleister Black and the House of Black got the W for their match. I'm not sure about the Willow match. I ain't see that. I know that one. They're gonna have their own Hart match on Wednesday anyway. That's more important than this pre-show thing they got going on here. Let's get to that first match on the main card, though. MJF versus Hechiseto. Frank, what'd you think about this match?
It was okay. It did what it needed to do. It was a return match for MJF, so I knew they weren't gonna do nothing to go too crazy. They gave him somebody good to work with, so it can be a decent match. Hechiseto is really good in the ring. I like that he was showing them up. Some people was like critically tough on this match. I thought it was pretty, fairly decent. It was a good opening match to start the show. It wasn't bad. I personally fucks with it. It did what it needed to do. MJF ended up coming out on top. He won with I'm guessing the Brainbuster is his finisher now.
Yeah, this is the second time he's done that to finish a match. He did it to Roosh the other week, so I guess that is his finisher. I guess.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's his finisher, which I appreciate. I like when people have old school type finishers. That listen. Sometimes your shit ain't got to be overly complicated, and I feel like a lot of people sometimes fuck up doing that. Well, making it their moveset overly complicated and doing moves that's just like, especially if you're with wrestlers being a lot smaller now than they were in the past, motherfuckers be having moves that you're not big enough or strong enough to be able to do this particular move on everybody. It would behoove you to get a move to fit your size, which some people have. I believe that's why a lot of wrestlers nowadays have that. I've spoken about that before too, where wrestlers having the running start moves, like a lot of wrestlers having the running high impact moves, which I get, but it's some people that have that move, and I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have that. I'm looking at you, Drew McIntyre and Trick Williams. Both of you are well over 6 feet tall, and both of you are over 240 pounds. Y'all too big to be doing running knee strikes and running kicks like you Daniel Bryan size or something. Y'all big asses need to be doing some slams. But I digress. Yeah, I thought it was a solid match. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hechiseto did look good in the match. It wasn't like it was a squash or anything.
Hechiseto is definitely the best thing out of CMLL.
I'm gonna wait on that judgment until a match we speak about later. But he is very good. He is very, very, very good. I can agree to that. Yeah, overall, I thought it was a solid match.
And you know what I also want to point out? You know how you normally are like, most heels should have a submission. So like MJF, as a heel, he'd be doing his armbar or salt to the earth, as they call it, submission. But now I guess since he's face, switch it to the Brainbuster.
Right.
So, hey, points to MJF. We knew he was gonna win this matchup. This was just a pay-per-view stepping stone for him till his next feud.
Yeah, for sure.
The Elite versus the Acclaimed and Tanahashi. I loved this matchup right here. This was fire. This was fire. Normally I hate to say this, okay, because I'm not a fan of the Young Bucks by any means, but I don't know what it is. But the Young Bucks, I've been enjoying their past tag team matches they've been having. I don't know what it is. There's less flipping that's going on from them. Like they'll get like occasional flips in, but like I'm enjoying their matches they've been having, and it's been good. Like them and the Clan have great chemistry, and then you just add Okada and Tanahashi, who already again know each other already. Like them niggas, they were killing it. Okada, even though I'm not a fan of him being with the Elite, his heel work has been good. Besides his like promos, like those have been lackluster, but like his heel work has been good. I'll say in ring wise.
Agreed. Um, the Bucks are very hit or miss for me when it comes to their matches. Like outside of their matches, I've made it very clear I'm not fans of theirs at all. I don't believe they're good talkers. Their look and presentation is awful, but in the ring, they can be good. I will definitely give them credit for that. They can have some great matches. I've seen them have good matches. Uh, this one was pretty good. I give them their credit. This one was pretty damn decent. Um, Going into this, I was like, the claim should win, but the more I thought about it, I was just like, well, no. If you're positioning them to be a top heel faction, well, they kind of have to win. Um, so yeah, it makes sense uh for them to win, which they did. Okada's Okada, so it's just like I don't really expect too much bad from him. Uh, he's still adjusting to trying to be in an English in an English speaking country and working in an American promotion. So he's going to struggle as far as speaking is concerned. Quite frankly, I wouldn't mind if they adopted the same type of shit they do with Shinsuke and they do with Damage Control by letting them cut promos like pre-recorded promos in their language and let them speak Japanese and just use subtitles. That would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I mean, let's be honest. Most most of us don't speak Japanese, so we don't really know what the hell they would be saying anyway. And I feel like that would just be way more comfortable for him. And it's just like, hell, most let's be real, most wrestling fans probably watch anime anyway. So yeah, why not just have subtitles up and let him cut his promos that way? And as far as in person when the show's live, just keep having the Bucks talk for him or give them a manager or something. I personally think the whole group would benefit from a manager because the Bucks are okay as speakers, okay to below average. Uh, Jungle Boy, no bueno, and Okada's Okada's doesn't speak English, so you can't give him
Yeah,
some
he's good for like
subtitles.
4 words, and that's it.
Yeah, it's good for a handful of words, and that's pretty much it. Which they've been doing with him, and it's worked to a degree, but it's going to get old very fast. Like for me, it's already starting to. So I can imagine it's going to get old for a lot of other people too. Um, but overall, that match did what it was supposed to do. Uh,
Yeah, they
I didn't see. I didn't, at least from what I did see, because I did miss a good deal of that match. Because I had to dip off for a minute. But from what I did see, it was pretty good. It
yeah,
didn't
now
seem like
Okada was no selling Tanahashi for majority of his match. Right up until like the ending portion. Once Tanahashi got his hot tag in and he was getting in his bag, Okada was forced to come in. And once he got in there, eventually Tanahashi tried to hit him with the high fly flow. He got the knees up, hit him with the Rainmaker, and got him up out of there.
his Tanahashi is that's the unfortunate uh part about this match because just at this point they just waltzing Tanahashi's corpse out there.
That's because Tanahashi don't be taking breaks. My guy, like, it was just be going through the ringer. And honestly, that's what most Japanese wrestlers do. They'll be hurt, be like, nah, I'm gonna still go out there. I'm gonna still wrestle. Like, that's what gets him to that point. I think Tana, he's the president now, New Japan, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's been resting as of recent, at least. Because I mean, he did look. I'll say this: he did look a bit better than he normally does from before. Like, it's just you can still see that. All right, his body still has hella wear and tear on it.
Right. How old is Tanahashi?
I'm gonna lie and say he's 43, but I'm gonna look it up now. Let me look that up. Let's see.
Because that's what's
He's
crazy.
47.
Like 47. Tanahashi the same age as CM Punk. CM Punk, AJ Styles, all them right there together. All them like 47 right now. Okada is 35, 36. Me and Okada like the same age, give or take a year or so.
Yep, yeah, he's 36.
36, yeah. So Okada's a year older than me. Did he turn 36 this year, or he's already 36 and he'll be 37?
He's already 36, so he'll be 37 in November.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So that would make Okada, almost 2 years older than me. So Okada was born in what, like 87?
Correct. Yeah, Okada. I mean, he still got hella years left. So I just hope they don't like AW. Listen, I just hope you do not waste what you have. That's all I'm saying.
I'm thinking we'll talk about it later. What I think they're gonna do with him, but yeah.
But yeah, fun match. Loved it. Elite get the W though, so they got momentum going forward. I'm pretty sure the Acclaimed will get their mano y mano title shot at some point. Next up we get Dragon versus Dragon. Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi. Owen Hart tournament match.
This was a fun match. I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed the shit out of this match. This was a really good match. I enjoyed it. They worked great together. Um, these matches is tough to talk about with AEW simply because it's just like, I mean, what else can you say? They're great matches. Like, I can sincerely say this might be the first AEW card that I've witnessed that there wasn't really too many bad matches on the card, like little to none. It might be one mid match on the card. Other than that, like most of the matches for me were good to borderline great. Like this was I would say this one was great. This was a great match for me. I enjoyed the hell out of this match.
Yeah, Shingo's 41 and he was moving like he was out here like he was 25.
I didn't even realize Shingo was that old. I mean, I figured he was. He'd been around a while. I didn't realize he was 41 though. Hell, he ain't that much older than Bryan. What's Bryan, like 38, 39?
I be
Actually,
forgetting
Dan
Bryan
Bryan
be his beard to be
Dan Bryan
lying
might
to
be
me.
older than that. Might be older than that. I think Dan Bryan might be 40 already.
Yeah, he's 43.
43. Damn, he's older than Shingo. Holy shit.
All that vegan life, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about all that, but yeah.
Nah, that's not what's keeping him moving.
To be honest, it ain't that he looks younger. I mean, Dan Bryan's looked old for a while, but it's. I think I sometimes forget and lose track of time as far as like not truly understanding how long certain people been around. Because it's just like I remember after I came back first, like the first time I watched wrestling after like my years long hiatus and not watching this shit. The first any type of wrestling I saw was uh the Mania where Rock and Cena faced each other the first time. And my first introduction to Daniel Bryan was him losing to Sheamus in like what 12 seconds or whatever. But I didn't even
Correct.
realize it until much later, and I came back to watching wrestling on a regular basis years later. That I was just like, oh, this that nigga that lost to Sheamus.
That's hilarious. Which is crazy because the way our events be putting people in certain spots that you'd be like, hey, I remember you from doing this. A la Drew with 3MB.
Yeah, you'll have him look crazy. The next thing you know, if you disappear, you come back and this motherfucker the champion. You like, hold on, wait a minute, what the hell going on here? What happened?
Shoot, I bet people turned on the TV and saw Jinder as champion and was confused as hell.
Couldn't believe it. Like, what the hell just happened? But overall, this match was really good. Uh, Bryan Danielson got the win. Looked great doing it, getting the win. Good storytelling, good ring psychology. It was good selling in this match. Overall, it was just good. I like the fact at the end it was just like a show of respect of their skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, you good, I'm good. I respect that you that good. So overall, it was good.
The better man won the match. Bryan Danielson advances in the Owen Hart tournament to face Pac on Dynamite. So that's going to be fun to see right there. I'm here for it. Next up, we get Toni Storm versus Mina Shirakawa for the AEW Women's World Title. Another fun match. Frank is not lying. All these matches on this card, with the exception of one, was like really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
Mina is a bona fide star when it comes to just showmanship and like ring work in the ring. And she was working the hell out of Toni for majority of this match. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna
Like
say
Tony
she
got
was whooping Tony's ass a great deal of this match.
like Toni tried to get some big moves off, but for the majority of the part, like Mina was working her.
Like for real, for real.
And again, I love, and we said it already before, protecting your finish. Like it's very important. And so far, maybe I could be wrong, but so far I have yet to see people kick out of the Storm Zero. So that's been like a very dominant finish. And hey, once Mina he got hit with it, that was it. That was GG's.
That's key just in wrestling in general. Like protect your finisher. Protect your finisher. That's important. Like even if it's a move that other
That's hilarious.
that's hilarious. Even if it's a move other people use, protect your finish. Like don't just you know what I'm saying. Like when you do it, don't just be doing that shit just to get a false finish. It ain't worth it. If anything, that's why I think it's important for people to win with their signature move. Sometimes, like especially in like squash matches and uh, lesser people who may be at the bottom of the card that hadn't worked their way up yet to lose to signature moves and not necessarily the finisher because for starter it makes the finisher that much more special and you ain't got to worry about false finishes that way because it makes the false finishes work more if you beat say you hit them with your signature move well these beat is put people away with this move so when they kick out it's more like oh shit this person is at least above this level because they kicking out from this move.
That's just smart psychology right there. Most people ain't really thinking about doing that, but it's like we've seen it all the time where Baron Corbin will be hitting the deep six, and you're like, "Oh snap, nigga should be getting pinned off this," and it's rarely
Facts.
happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I believe that wholeheartedly that people should absolutely be losing to that move. People should be losing to your. People should lose to your signature move sometimes. It don't have to be none of the big names. Even people at the bottom of the card losing to it, it don't make you look bad because it just shows that you're not quite on that level yet, but you will get there.
Nah, facts. Overall, I again can't say it enough. Love this match. Tony Storm ended up with the win, and by the very end of it, Mina brought them all together. They embraced in a hug, and then they all embraced in a triple kiss. I didn't think that was a thing until now, but that's what they did.
No,
And it
it was a good match. That part was even cool too.
was a nice happy ending for them. I liked it. All right, on to what could be people's match of the night. Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm gonna hold you.
Listen. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. Listen, I'm not a big fan of either one of these motherfuckers. That's not to say that Zack Sabre Jr. definitely is the best technical wrestler on the planet, but I'm just not a huge fan of him as a character, and his matches can be a little dull sometimes. But this match wasn't one of them. Orange Cassidy, hate him, really don't like him, really getting tired of seeing him. But this match, he was fucking amazing. This was a awesome fucking match, bro. Great match. Great match. And the ring psychology was excellent. The storytelling in the match, which was, you know, from from what I interpreted was, Orange Cassidy, you know, for all the stuff you know him for, is just like, hey, you see if you can get technical with the technical wizard, and it's just like he was doing it. He was holding his own for a good deal of it, but it just got to a point to where Zack Sabre Jr. was literally like, okay, cool, you've hung well, all right, let me show you its levels to this shit. And this nigga beat him with the most unbelievable submissions I've
I don't
ever
even know
seen.
what you call that.
I don't know what to call it. All I know is he started with one submission. Then he added in transition to a second. Then he added in transition to the third. And then finally, Orange Cassidy just tapped. I said, bro, what the fuck did he just do to this dude?
Like, bruh.
It was beautiful. It was poetry in that ring. That shit was great.
We gonna have
It
to
was.
call that finish the paradox because it didn't make any sense at all. But yeah, hey,
It didn't make any sense. It got to be called the paradox or something because the way he just kept adding shit, like building on it, and then he finally just when he finally hit that shit and then won with it, that shit was so dope and cool as hell. Like,
yeah, bro.
oh, that was
Zack Sabre Jr., bro. He's come a long way. Like he was just some
he's
random scrawny kid that needed some muscle. He finally built up something on that frame, and hey, man, he cool in my book.
yeah, super solid. I I appreciated that match a great deal. That was a fun ass match. Even Zack Sabre Jr. making ribs at Orange Cassidy as far as doing to him what he be doing with the soft kick and all of that shit. Yeah, it was just overall good. Orange Cassidy got a little bit of that in. It was just an overall great match.
I like the preface to say, y'all already know I don't like Orange Cassidy, and hey, I gotta give credit where credit's due. He
He was
did
great in
great.
this match.
He
He
did
did
great.
great. He
I
more than held
think
his own.
I know he probably
Shoulders.
won't do it, but I feel like there's another layer of Orange Cassidy that you could like add on to this to like fully send him to like a different height to where he's at. Instead of just being just the normal guy with the pockets and all that, like I feel like there's another dynamic you can reach with this. He'll never do it. Tony Khan not gonna let him do it, or he's not gonna do it at all. But like I feel like there's something they can go from here with this.
Yeah, it was a solid ass match, and it was
Loved it.
simple story to be told. It was just like, hey, he hung with him for a good deal of it. You just
He
couldn't
did.
hang with so much, man. He had to show you his levels.
Con that pretzel, bro. Dude, just dude ain't know what to do no more. He was like, all right, bro, this is too much.
It's like, all right. It's like again, another move. Oh, he added shit to that one. God damn. Hey, ring that bell.
Ref was like, hold on. Like, he's cooked. Ring that bell. Shouts out to Zack Sabre Jr. Trios match. Hook, Shibata, and Joe versus the Learning Tree, Jericho, Big Bill, and my nigga Jeff Cobb. Hey man, gonna tell it like it is. Jeff Cobb is not to be played with at all.
Yeah. Not even.
Where is he? Is he still signed to Japan?
I think he may be. Yeah.
Okay, because he got a.
Because he's New Japan. He's a New Japan U.S. champion. No, he's a New Japan TV champion.
And New Japan got too much belts, but okay. Yeah, my nigga Jeff Cobb need to come over here to the States for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, he be throwing dudes around like they just some bag of potatoes, especially Joe.
Crazy. That's what I'm saying, bro. For him to just be throwing Joe big ass, that ain't no small feat.
This was another good match and again, the Learning Tree has been a gimmick that I get a good crack out of it because Jericho just be acting dumb as hell, and it's been fun, honestly. And Hook slowly but surely is moving up the rankings as one of my favorites. Right now at the top is Daniel Garcia, but Hook is slowly but surely about to reach and take over that spot. And him getting that W the way he did, using Jericho's finish.
I absolutely love the finish of this match, bro. Hook
and Jericho, great, protecting your finish.
Right. Using Jericho's finish on him. Oh, so great. So great. Bro, they got to do something with Hook, bro, because Hook is a fucking... He's got star power, bro. It's so easy to like Hook. They just got to do something. They got to do more with them. But I like the pairing of him, Shibata, and Joe. I love that. Yeah,
the double walk away spot.
Yeah, the double walk away was funny. I thought that was funny. I enjoyed that. Joe in the corner looking like, y'all learning. I like that. He looked brown. Y'all learning. Y'all ain't just watching me do some shit. Y'all learning too. I like it.
Hey,
but
man,
yeah, solid match.
Solid, bro.
Again, the person that was supposed to get the W got the W.
Yeah, we building towards this Jericho Hook rematch, and I'm here for it. They're probably gonna run that like all in. So, hey, it's gonna be clean, bro. It's gonna be real clean. Next up, oh my god, bro, another fun match, TNT ladder match. These niggas was wild.
Dear God, this match was fucking great, start to finish. Damn, this was a damn good match.
For those of you who don't know, the competitors for this match: Dante Martin, Mark Briscoe, El Phantasmo, Jungle Boy, Leo Rush, and I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, my nigga Inosuke Takeshita. Bruh, these dudes, bruh. Wildin'.
Yeah. This was a good match. Oh, this was a good match here.
Takeshita is the one who I wanted to win, but I already knew who was going to win this match.
Yeah, I think most people had somebody they wanted to win, but we knew who was going to. Which a bunch of great spots in the match. Dope shit went on.
This one I recommend y'all go back and watch. Like,
yeah,
fully 1,000%.
Honestly, I've suggest if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the entire fucking pay-per-view. To be honest, it was that good.
Yeah.
And that's how it's coming from me with AEW. But the whole pay-per-view was worth watching. So I would suggest you go back and watch the entire pay-per-view. Specifically for this match, though, this match was outstanding. If I had to pick three matches where I say definitely go back and watch those matches, I would say this match, the Orange Cassidy and Zack Sabre Jr. match, and the main event, which was Swerve and Ospreay. Like, yeah, this was great. This match was great. It had all types of great hot spots.
This is the one thing WWE is missing. That violence, bro. They need that, like, especially this week coming with the Money in the Bank. They gotta match the energy, bro.
Yeah, they got to match that type of energy. Like, if you're gonna have a ladder match, you got to have this type of violence in it. Like, you have to have that. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And that's what made that match so good. Was like, yo, shout out to Takeshita for hitting one of the coolest, greatest blue thunder bombs you've ever seen in your fucking life through two tables. Like, that spot was so amazing, bro. Like, I popped for that spot. That was great. That was a great fucking spot.
Son, they was wild. And yo, when Briscoe, I think he tried to use like a already bent ladder. It was already like cracked up. And he was like, I'm gonna get this spot off. I'm gonna put this ladder right here.
Oh, my nigga was determined to to make that shit work.
Yeah, and he made it work all right. Cause yo, the brain buster he hit on that ladder, son. I'm like, yo, these
Crazy.
dudes is not playing around, bro. I listen, go back and watch it, man. We can't do it justice by just telling you. Like, it's a physical, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Now I want to say cringing, but like you cringe at the pain you probably looking at. You can
Yeah.
feel for them. But
It's just like,
Jack
it makes you
Perry,
be like, shit.
yeah. Yeah, Jack Perry got the dub though. So shouts out to him, I guess. Hey, the Elite are trying to collect all the belts. So, hey, if there's gonna be one gigantic heel faction that runs the thing, I guess the Elite is the ones to do it.
I will
The
give
big,
them the credit on this. I like when factions do that. I love when heel factions start shit like that. Yeah, the ultimate goal is to be champion. So we got a tag team in our faction. Guess what they going after? The tag team belts. We got a main event level wrestler in our faction. Guess what he going for? The main event title. We got a top mid card wrestler. Guess what they going for? The mid card title. There's a woman in our faction. Guess what she's going for? The women's belt.
you know what? Now that you speak on that, we're gonna get to that when we get to some stuff a little later. But I want to comment on something about that women's thing a little later.
I know what you're talking about. We get to it. But
Shouts out to Jack. Shouts out to the Jungle Jack.
yeah, Jack Perry got him a good clean win.
Yeah, at some point they're
Shout out
going.
to the guys
My
in this
nigga
match,
Takeshita
man.
needs something.
I think he's gonna be a star.
Like, he really got like that it factor on him.
Yeah, Takeshita might be the first Japanese-born AEW champion.
Needs it, bro. Needs it.
Boo.
The boo was crazy.
The boo is wild.
You know what? Speaking of boos, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné versus actually, you know what? No, Sasha Banks versus Stephanie Vaquero. Title for title. The reason I say Sasha Banks and not Mercedes is because our good friend who just booed Soul Time's brother made a great point during this match. He said this match feels like NXT and it don't feel like AEW. And as I'm watching it, and as I watched through this entire match from start to finish, it really felt like I was watching some NXT match. And I'm not trying to hate on NXT. I just meant more so the environment that it's in. It just looks weird. Like everybody else throughout the night had a certain style of match that they were wrestling, and this did feel very NXT-ish.
It did, and on top of that, it points to a person in particular in this match, which is Sasha Banks, Moné, Mercedes Moné, whatever you want to call her. It's her. A lot of people aren't going to like this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I think people like her all based off nostalgia of how good she started in NXT when she had the boss gimmick, and when she was in NXT, she was heel, and people could get behind that, and her whole feud with Bailey and all of that was great. And I think people just hold a really special place for Sasha in their heart because of all of that. And she's had some good matches on the main roster too, but for the most part, it's just like her wrestling is kind of nah. And I think we talked about it too. Me, you, and Soul was just like when watching it was just like it feels like NXT because it don't feel like she's evolved or gotten much better outside of when she was in NXT. Like I don't feel like she's much better than she was than when she first started. Like I don't feel like there's no tremendous amount of growth. Like
She's really regressed, which is crazy.
wrestling,
Like
wrestling or speaking wise. Like, and I remember when, like in the beginning, like she in the beginning she was like overall the best out of the four horsewomen. Now the other three have surpassed her by a lot. Like as annoying as Becky is, Becky's a better speaker. Becky has gotten better than her in the ring. Uh,
she really
Bailey,
got caught up in her own like
Bailey was
bubble.
for a long time. For a long time, Bailey was considered like the quote unquote worst of them as far as speaking in the ring. Bailey is arguably the best one out of all of them, speaking in ring talent wise. Becky, I mean not Becky. Bailey has great matches regularly. She can have a good match with anybody. She's a great promo. She's good in the ring. Like Bailey's just good. Like she's good as a something she can do that none of the other three can do is the fact that Bailey is good as a face or a heel.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
And I'm sorry, they got to. Under no circumstances should Sasha be having a live mic. But in this match, the one of the great parts of it was this was my introduction to what's this girl's name again? Is it Stephanie Vaquero?
Yeah.
She's excellent. Like she's good, good. Like I would have loved to have seen her be in Lucha Underground and like wrestled Matanza for the title. Good. That's how good she is. Like that, she's good. She's incredibly good. Like she carried a lot of this match. She's special. Like I know she's probably gonna she fuck with AAA tough. She gonna stay there. I don't really see her coming over to AEW or WWE, but damn, I would love her if she did. Especially either company, it really don't matter. I would watch. I would watch AEW just to see her matches, like, cause she impressed me, and you know how I feel about these type of matches participants. So yeah,
Oh god. But true. Like, it's one of those things where it's like I'll say this. She outperformed Sasha and looked better. And for someone who's supposed to be the CEO of the women's division, she looked like the intern. And it's not it's not looking good for her. Especially what happens after the match.
Yeah. So
because Sasha Banks wins. If that's not
she
already clear
wins
by now.
with a finisher. She becomes a double champion. She's in the ring celebrating her win. Music drops, and a certain somebody comes out. Who is that certain somebody?
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Drop the pyro, drop the sparks, drop every. They dropped every pyro in the book for her. Hey.
Yeah. Britt Baker with the pull up.
Now, as we know, Britt's been running this women's division for like 2 years, it feels like. And then she got injured.
She was out for a while, yeah. She was running this shit.
Yeah, she's back for her throne, bro. She's back for a spot.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, mainly off the fact that if rumors are correct, Mercedes books her own stuff. Like she's in charge of her booking.
Yeah, but if the rumors are to be correct, so does Britt Baker.
Oh snap! Hey, hey! I don't.
So that's why this could get really interesting.
Oh no!
But I understand Britt books her own matches too. So, this is going to be an interesting feud because now she got somebody that's high profile like her for real, that's in AEW.
Y'all out there doing them CEO chants, or y'all just letting them pipe them sounds in?
It's a good question. I can't really tell if they piped in or they saying it.
Them hoes definitely piped in. Anybody doing them CEO chants? Oh man. Hey, I'm here for it. Shouts out to Britt for coming back. I'm here for this next feud that they're about to have. Next up, for the IWGP World Heavyweight Title, Jon Moxley versus Tetsuya Naito.
Tetsuya Naito, my God. Him and Dean Ambrose had a match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. It was
yes,
this was probably my least favorite match on the card. It was very, very slow paced. I don't know if it's because Naito is hurt or maybe he's just old. Dean Ambrose already don't work that fast to begin with. So this was a very slow paced match. I'm gonna lie, I don't have much to say about it. I wish it would have. I was hoping it would be much better. This is also like the only match that any New Japan wrestlers won, I believe, or any wrestlers represent another country, not AEW, won.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did this match really have any build to it?
I don't recall it having much build to it. I mean, I kind of look at it as like it kind of had to put the title on Naito because they probably gonna need Moxley back on TV in America, and New Japan need their title back. So who better to put the title on than if Okada ain't there? They two best talents at the for the last 5 to 10 years has been Kenny, Okada, and Naito. Kenny hurt. Okada is in America now, so put it on Naito. Plus, they're getting ready to add a G1 climax too, so they got to start.
I really want to get back into that.
I know, right? I was just thinking that. I was like, got to start trying to get back into that. So we got to see who's going to possibly win that match. win that tournament to see who's going to face Naito at Wrestle Kingdom. That's
I'm
that tournament is typically their star building tournament.
Yeah,
So I'm
I'm
interested.
gonna look into that. I'm gonna see when that starts and who's gonna be participating in it because I wanna get back to it. Like I miss doing G1s and Wrestle Kingdoms. Like I wanna get back into that.
Right.
But Naito gets his W, takes the belt back to New Japan, and Moxley, well, I guess as you said, I guess he's gonna be used on TV for something. I don't know what, to be honest with you, because the BCC don't be doing nothing. So, I mean, let's see where that goes with him. But we get to the main event tonight: Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, personally, this was my match of the night. Even though there was some ending things that we'll get into in a bit that I wasn't really a fan of, but eventually that portion kind of swayed me
Yes.
into liking.
Yeah.
Let's see. Swerve pulls up, dripped out per usual. Ospreay pulls up in his tribute to Hayabusa, New Japan. He got with his daughter, and she gave him to go ahead that he can wear the mask and everything. So he pulled up, and out the gate, crowd was lit for it. It was hot for this match, and these dudes was like in the beginning they're moving at like 200 miles per hour in speed, and like the counters they were doing was going insane. It's almost like they knew each other for years or something. But they Swerve's main point to Ospreay throughout this whole build was that Ospreay would have to be an assassin to beat Swerve, and Ospreay was not the assassin tonight.
He
He
told
was
him
the one that was.
basically you gotta. He basically was just telling him the whole time. This ain't like before. You were getting the whole time you was getting good and getting fast tracked to be great. I had to grind up to get to the point I am. I had to really, really, truly work for my shit. While you was getting all the accolades, I was moving through the fucking shadows. It told an actual deeper story. I ain't gonna get into all of that because it's semi-political, I guess you could say. But it fits the narrative of what Swerve was basically telling him about their grinds and how they got to the points they were. But yeah, his whole thing was telling him like, "Hey, bro, this ain't like before. I promise you, I'm way better than you really truly willing to give me credit for, and I'm gonna have to show you how good I really am when I put your ass down." And I don't know if Ospreay truly really believed that Swerve that he was as I don't know if Ospreay believed that Swerve was as good as he was saying he was, and then Swerve showed him. Because it got to a point where like, yeah, you've been able to do this to everybody else and put everybody else down. Not me. I ain't everybody else. He showed him it was levels to this shit.
To be fair though, once Ospreay knocked down that referee, Don Callis pulls up with a screwdriver like, "Hey, my man's, remember that thing we did against Kenny? Here you go. Use this. Use it." Ospreay was hesitant. Was like, "Nah, bro, I ain't using the screwdriver." And that was his downfall from that point on. Because dude got hit with the house call, kicks out. Then he gets hit with the swerve stomp, kicks out of that. At that point, I was like, all right, bruh. Ospreay doing a little too much, my man's. But he tries to go for the hidden blade, and he has zero energy. None. Empty. Swerve just caught him, pat him on the head, and put him down. Another house call. Bow. And Swerve retains the AEW World Title. It was phenomenal,
Good
to
match.
say the least.
Good match.
But nah, he ain't do nothing crazy to him. You know what I'm saying? By the end of it, he went to embrace, whispering some words of encouragement, went to go celebrate his belt, while Ospreay had to leave with Kyle Fletcher in disappointment. But hey, we still got our cool nigga as our champ.
He had nothing to be ashamed of. He just lost to a motherfucker that was better. That's really what it boiled down to. You almost as good.
Nah,
you will
true.
be one day.
Yeah. Gotta bring that killer instinct back. AEW. Now go ahead.
To be honest, the way they did that, now that's not to say that I don't know how much longer Swerve is going to be champion. He's been great as champion, in all honesty. As much as people try to discredit him, Swerve has been a damn good champion. He's beaten everybody that's stepped up in front of him, even when people weren't expecting him to win. He's carrying the belt well. He's carrying the championship well. He's making that title look important, making it look like it matters. If anything, he's a better champion than a lot of other guys have been. Some of them, the other champions, they reigns were boring, if we're being honest.
But, Hangman.
Yeah. Wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, that's exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, Swerve is a good champion. I wonder if I don't know if they're gonna keep it on him long enough to do it, but I wouldn't be mad if they revisited him and Ospreay again for that title. That would be cool as shit to me.
I can honestly see it happening, but with what's coming up next in this Owen Hart tournament, I don't know. With that being said, though,
I think he's getting ready to put that title on whoever wins this tournament, which the person who I think is gonna win it, whoever win it, I don't think winning the title though.
that was what I was thinking of. I'm like, low key, if Bryan Danielson wins this tournament and he finally gets his shot at the AEW World Title again, I don't think he's winning. But on the other hand, I feel like he might win.
I think it tell a good story, but ultimately, I don't think he wants to win it, and I think it's a great story as far as the overall story of his career. For him to get that far and lose, but I digress. Let's close the show up, brother.
AEW Forbidden Door, fantastic show, top to bottom. I fully recommend to go back and watch it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I would give this show a solid 8. I give it a solid 8.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8. And normally I don't give AEW shows this high praise, but I'll be honest with you, this show and Double or Nothing were honestly back-to-back shows that pay-per-views that I liked. So, hey, Tony Khan, you're doing something right. If we could just fix the small things, you could have something going.
He's finally starting to get his shit together.
Yeah, look at him. Now just get rid of those small things, and we'll be good.
He's had a few good dynamites, and this pay-per-view was solid. So yeah, but Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to us talk about some AEW wrestling.
Hey man, shouts out to Swerve. Shouts out to y'all, bro. We'll see y'all next time for Monday Night Raw. We out.
Peace.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.